Okay, Lee, you and I have been traveling on the road for several years now. We've been working together on Fire by Night, and we're friends. And yet you're black, and I'm white. Now, I got to ask you something. In our travels, we've experienced some prejudice, and as a matter of fact, we were in South Dakota just the other day, and this kind of happened. Tell us.
And a lady, she walked up to me and a friend was walking on the street, and she said, "What are you doing in town?" I said, "I'm here to do a meeting." She said, "We don't have black people here." And I said, "Well, you know, I'm sorry. I mean, people are blind." I said, "People are actually riding up their cars and stopping at the stoplight to look at me, you know, having their kids haul out the window, black man, you know."
You know, we laugh about that, and yet prejudice is one of the most destructive forces, I believe, that hurts human relationships in the United States. And what does someone do who is suffering from prejudice, growing up like this? What do you do to overcome something like that?
You got to give your life to Jesus, and then if Jesus is already a part of your life, you got to make him number one, you know, because you can't depend on people. Because, you know, I grew up in some prejudice things, you know, but when I gave my life to Jesus, Blaine, that made a difference.
He's the only one that can bring us security. You know, there's a USA Today article recently on teenage suicide. It said that nearly 25% of teenage suicides are a result of friend problems. There's a lot of kids out there that don't really have good friends and are taking their lives because of it.
Submitted for your approval. We're about to enter into a zone. It's a zone unlike any other zone. In fact, it's not a zone at all, but we call it a zone because that sounds better than a place. If you have a better word for it, then submit that for my approval as I pause. For now, we'll call it a zone. Come with me into the friendship fatality zone and witness as we see this so-called friend commit the 5 fatal, foul, foolish, faulty felonies that frustrate a friendship. That's right, count them, 5. See if you can find them in the friendship fatality zone.
Hi. Hey, Kenny. That algebra test was a killer. How about a swig of your Coke? Sure thing. Finish it off. Thanks, man. Well, this tastes like kiwi-flavored Pepsi. Sure does. Oh, yeah, here's that library book I borrowed the other day. Thanks a lot, man. Anything for a friend.
What you just saw is not what you thought you saw. What you just saw is what was seen, but it's not what we saw. What we saw is what you will see, and what we saw is what you didn't see when we saw it. Well, pay close attention. Pay very close attention as we go back and see what we just saw previously that you hadn't seen until now. An apparent gesture of kindness. This is what you didn't see. A life-threatening assassination attempt. Then you saw this. Another ostensible token of goodwill, but this is what you didn't see. After that, you thought you saw this. But you thought wrong. This is what we saw. Then this is what you didn't see either. A carefree bonding by sharing ritual, but what you should have seen is this. A sickening subliminal dispensation of saliva. Finally, you saw this. A responsible return of a borrowed possession, but no, a cruel and careless practical joke. If you want to have friends, you must first do what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 24. He who has friends must first show himself to be friendly. The friendship fatality zone. Stay away, or I'll be sorry. No, wait a minute. Why would I be sorry? No, they'll be sorry.